Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 12th. This week, we are just going to jump right in here, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time, Aquarius. Aquarius, make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, make sure to only follow the social media accounts linked in the description down below. There are tons of scammers claiming to be me and other readers as well. I do not offer personal readings, never will, and I do not ever ask anyone for money. So make sure that if someone claiming to be me is asking for money or personal readings to report them, because it is not me. But Aquarius, let's see here. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck, the Fulfillment card. So clearly there could be some fulfillment coming in for you here. The past few weeks have been pretty crazy because pretty much in every single reading I've done for I don't know, actually pretty much since the middle of May, I would say, it's like every single week there's one card that repeats itself for every single reading. In this case, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Unfortunately for everybody else, I don't see this until I get through most of the signs, right? Because, it's like for the first few signs, it's like, okay, it's just a card that wants to repeat. But, then when I see it in every single reading, by the time I get to the end, then it becomes like a pattern, right? And the Wheel of Fortune has been coming up for pretty much everybody. So it's not, not everybody, but definitely a lot of the signs have had it. So probably some major collective energies that we're going through here. I would say I'm starting to wonder if we're kind of, if it's just the raising of the collective consciousness or something like that is going on. I always tell people during these times, it's like things get more chaotic. They don't necessarily get less chaotic, right? And they kind of say, there's a saying, it's always darkest before the dawn, right? And that's kind of that's what I'm feeling here in this first row. So I just want you to realize, and I want everybody to realize that, as we're going through these times, there might be moments where things seem really dark, but I feel like really it's kind of, we're going through this transformation and the sun is about to come up. Even on the Ten of Swords here, you could say that yellow color there in the background is like the sun coming up. So, the Ten of Swords is the end. And you have the Judgment card, which would be rising. The sun rises, right? So I feel like in a lot of ways, the sun is coming up for a lot of people, or will be in the future. But there's definitely fulfillment coming in for you. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and the Moon card here. Immediately, I get one thing popping into my head. And it popped into my head hard. It's kind of how do you go back to something, are the words that I'm getting here. I'm not suggesting that you're going back to a relationship, by the way, here, Aquarius. Some of you maybe are, but for others, I get this sense of wanting to revisit something here in a lot of ways. And for some of you, it's almost like you could be breathing new life into an old idea. And I feel that there are a lot of opportunities, specifically for the fixed signs, by the way. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo all show up on the Wheel of Fortune. If I'm being honest with you, I don't remember if the fixed signs are the ones that have been getting the Wheel of Fortune or not, but, again, it's been repeating quite a bit, and what I would say here is that I feel for a lot of you fixed signs that, for whatever reason, it's kind of some of you could be, again, the best way I can describe the energy is it's you're taking something old and breathing new life into it. That's kind of the innovative energy of the moon, I would say, Aquarius, and the moon shows up a million times in your reading. Right here at the top of the Fulfillment card, we have that moon right there. Here on the Deep Knowing card, we have the moon in the background there behind the owl. So, a lot of moon imagery here. The moon, to me, can represent a period of innovation. The moon card represents a period after a full moon, which, again, is a period of innovation, trying new things, but also, taking some ideas, dreams, fantasies, whatever, in your life and bringing them into reality, which, again, has been kind of a repeating message for a lot of people. I feel it's kind of I get this weird feeling, and I get this weird feeling right now, just about the energy in general, where it's I feel like there are, it's kind of this weird kind of paradox that we're in, I feel, energetically, Aquarius, and it's this energy where it's I think there are a crap ton of restrictions going on, and we see a lot of restrictions, right, just in the world in general. And so there's like a lot of restrictions. There are a lot of things that are making us feel not free, right? But then I feel like there are a lot of opportunities to kind of create something out of this. It's almost like Page of Cups energy. It's like, could you imagine if you caught a fish and you were trying to hold on to it? The fish would just slip right out. I feel like that's the best way I can describe the energy right now. Is we have a lot of pressure that is kind of like pushing on a lot of people, right? We're all being kind of restricted. But I feel like the fish, we're all about to kind of like pop out. So it's like this weird paradoxical energy where it's almost like the restrictions are the things, the restrictions are the thing that is going to set us free in a lot of ways. And I kind of get that energy for you here, Aquarius, where it's almost that like bursting, popping out energy, whatever you want to call it, where it's like because of certain restrictions, it's like the restrictions are exactly the thing that are going to force you to be free. So kind of like a weird thing. I don't know. I said it in another video I did this week where I really want to meditate on it and kind of like organize my intuitive thoughts on it as well. And maybe I'll put together a video kind of describing the energy that I'm feeling. Because again, I feel like it's a collective energy. But what I would say here is I feel like there are some opportunities for you to kind of like live your dream life with the moon here, but you're gonna have to like work through the restrictions. I'm reading like this, I'm surprised that the Chariot didn't show up, but it's like for some of you, it's like this could be a relationship here that you're wanting to move towards, but it's like there are certain restrictions to you maybe getting to the relationship. Ten of Swords, Four of Pentacles. That's the squeezing energy that I'm getting here, Aquarius, where it's like you're being squeezed, right? And it's like to get to the Knight of Cups, there could be some restrictions or there's something that's holding you back. For others, it could be anything else that you're trying to create here. And, the Hierophant could be that kind of like the restrictive energy in a lot of ways, because the Hierophant can represent values, morals, certain rules, regulations, things that we follow. Like I said, I'm surprised the Chariot hasn't shown up here. You have the Hermit. Hermit is finding a way through the darkness. Pretty much everything we've been talking about. This is deep reading for you, Aquarius. Damn. Three of Pentacles, another card that has come up for almost every single sign. So, card of quality work and teamwork. Again, this is one of those weeks where I probably could have just done one collective for everybody. Three of Pentacles is a card of, it's not really as above, so below, but it is a card of taking something that requires action. We see this with the Emperor at the end and kind of grounding it in reality. Again, I've said to every single sign this week that's had this, there's a fire triangle up here, there's a water triangle right below it. The water triangle kind of says that there's something in your consciousness that you would like to experience here on Earth. The moon, but you have to take action. Emperor, you have to stick to a plan to make it happen, basically. And you have the Ten of Wands. Like I said, it's that's the pressure, right? The Ten of Wands is kind of like the wanting something, having something that is a dream. Seeing, for a lot. This is a very big picture. Again, this is very deep here, Aquarius. I would say that some of you have like these big dreams, or you have these big ideas for your life. All possible, but it's going to require you to stick to a plan. I would say like a couple of pieces of advice that I'm getting here is, number one, I would list off, literally, I would get a list and I would write down everything that you want to accomplish and all the things that you want to have in your life. And then I would also, don't be afraid to take those small steps, right? This isn't going to happen, it's like, everything is possible, but I feel like it's very overwhelming, right? Ten of Wands. It's like you have these big dreams, and I feel like they're making you feel very excited, which is like the universe. I feel excited. I can't even slow my words down right now, Aquarius. But what I would say to you is I feel like that excitement leads to overwhelm, because it's like, oh my God, I gotta like do all these things, right? I feel like this is like, slow it down, take one step at a time. You will accomplish everything. You will have the time to do it. So I feel like you need to realize that, whatever you're trying to accomplish here, Aquarius. For others, like I said, like in a lot of ways, what you're revisiting here, I see this as a revisiting energy. Wheel of Fortune, the past, can represent something coming up from the past. Judgment, a rebirth, something from the past. Knight of Cups, could be love. Bigger than that, though, the Knight of Cups is your dream life. He is normally looking into that cup, dreaming of what he wants. Next, you have the Deep Knowing card here, Aquarius. So accomplishing a lot. Like I said, I feel like I get the feeling of just knowing that something is going to work out for you. You have the Ten of Swords, the Judgment card, and the Four of Pentacles. As I've said to a lot of other signs, a lot of reasons not to do something, Ten of Swords, right? But Ten of Swords is like dead, done, over with. Ten of Swords kind of says something from your past is dead, done, over with. For some of you, I feel that the Ten of Swords is kind of representing a situation or an experience that you've had. I feel like this is an experience that has weighed heavily on your mind. A lot of mental energy here, Aquarius. For some of you, I feel like this could be a relationship here. It's like someone isn't letting it die, though, and because I'm seeing the yellow is really standing out to me on the card, and which I normally don't care about. It's like someone still has hope, I feel, in a situation. For some of you, I feel this is like another person who can't release you or something like that. So for some of you, you might need to do some like cord cutting or, whatever you want, like whatever releasing exercises. I don't know. I'm not an expert in the whole releasing thing, but I would just say I'm sure there's plenty of people on YouTube that talk about how to release things, right, energetically. And so for some of you, it's like someone still has this hope in a situation, but it's like the hope needs to die for you to move on. But I don't even think it's your hope. That's the thing. I feel like it's maybe another person in your life that's holding out hope for you, maybe Aquarius, and that's kind of like what I'm feeling. And even we go yellow, again, yellow, Page of Pentacles, someone new for a lot of you, or just moving towards the person you want to be with if this is a love situation. For a lot of you, I feel like you're waking up to your true purpose with the Judgment card here, and so I like to see that. For some of you, I'm getting some sort of scare is popping into my head as well. Not a warning. This is not something to be afraid of, but I do feel for some of you over the last 3 months, maybe you've had some sort of like health scare or some of you could be having this right now. Again, I'm not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice. I'm just a guy on the internet that you should not listen to, right? Plain and simple. And what I would say here is that I feel like for some of you, actually, it's just like some sort of scare. I'm kind of seeing this as a scary energy, but not in a bad way. I'm seeing this as something that kind of motivates you to action. Sometimes I think we need the, certain, like a scare in our life. For some of you, it could be financial, or something about your security is like falling apart here with the Four of Pentacles, or maybe has. The good news is that I feel like it's, number one, a temporary situation with the moon here. So this scare, I feel like, is meant to motivate you to something else. For some of you, I do feel like this is financial, and it's like you could be seeing something that provides for you financially as not being able to provide for you financially. So there might be like, I'm just seeing like a dip, like in your income or something like that. I feel like it goes right back up, but I feel like it's the universe kind of like saying, hey, pay attention because you need to, start working on something else or get something else going. Weird. Like I said, this is a deep-ass reading. It's channeling through me very quickly here, Aquarius. But, yeah, I would trust your intuition, number one. The Hangman doesn't necessarily represent intuition, but I am getting intuition here, so I have to say it. And I would say trust your intuition. You have the King of Cups here as well. And the Page of Wands. For some of you, I do feel like it could be a water sign that you're moving towards as far as love is concerned. Clearly, we go this way. I feel like it's, what I would say here is great stability. Again, I feel, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to, whatever the gender. With the King of Cups, it's like he's sitting in very choppy waters, as I always say on this card. To me, the positive side of the King of Cups is emotional stability. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be attracting a person where it's like nothing affects them, period. It's like they're always, kind of like a baseline type of person. It's not that they don't have, I always say, again, we're talking about the positive side of things here. There can be people who don't react to things, and it can be a negative thing, right? I feel like this is just a person who has their stuff together, right? It's like you can not react to what's going on in the world, but still just be kind of maintaining a certain level of stability in your life, right? So, that's what I would say here with the King of Cups. It's not that this person doesn't react to things. It's like how they react to things. They react to things no matter what is going on in a very stable, kind of like, adult type of way. And that's what I'm getting here as far as love is concerned. For others, I feel like you're just getting a handle on your own emotions with that King of Cups, and this is going to be a good thing, of course. Next, you have the Emperor here. I feel like it's talking about your plan in a lot of ways with the Emperor. I feel like there's a plan that you are kind of following or needing to follow here with the Emperor. But again, I do feel this like, I do feel this little bit of overwhelming energy because it's like you got a lot going on, or there's a lot of things all of a sudden that you want to accomplish. I would just like try to slow things down, and I feel like as long as you're doing what you can, that's like the most important thing. I think that the thing, just looking at all these cards, especially with that Wheel of Fortune, I love the Wheel of Fortune, but one thing I will say about the Wheel of Fortune is too much future thinking. It's like the Wheel of Fortune can make us project too far into the future, and then we just get overwhelmed and we just don't do anything. So I feel like this is saying, do what you can now. I feel like that's what this whole reading is saying, because, if you think, oh, like I got to do all these like activities and all these things in my life, and then it's just going to overwhelm you and you're probably not going to, put in the work. I feel like as long as you're doing slow, steady, look, this person here is following a plan on the Three of Pentacles. She is holding the plans right here, showing him what to do. And I literally feel for some of you, it's just that simple. It's like if you could just write down a quick little plan, doesn't even have to be a big thing, right? Of, maybe you have this whole plan for your life all of a sudden, or maybe you want to build a big business or start a YouTube channel or write a book, whatever it is you want to do. I feel like as long as you stick to the plan, you're going to be successful, and very quickly as well. And that's what you need to realize. You have the Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. A lot of dreaming, but no action on the Knight of Cups. For a lot of you, I feel like something needs to come out of the dream world is what this is really saying. For some of you, I feel this could almost be like, this is a very big picture reading is what I'm going to say here, Aquarius. It's not just one thing. But for some of you, I do pick up on like a love situationship that never got off the ground, and it's like never become anything. So I feel like, for some of you, this could be a love situationship, whatever you want to call it, right? And I feel like it's kind of like it needs to, get moving is what I would say here. Or it needs to be grounded in reality or forgotten about. That's like kind of like what the Ten of Swords is saying. For most of you, I feel that this is just your dreams, whatever it is, something creative. It's kind of funny because you don't really necessarily have very many, what I would consider creative cards here. Page of Wands, okay, fine. But, other than that, I don't really see anything necessarily creative. And the Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. That is popping into my head. So I feel like you're kind of like on this journey of learning a lot. And I would, pay attention to what you are learning. Like I said, this is a deep-ass reading here, Aquarius. Let's see. You have the King of Wands here. I mean, there's your creativity, for sure. King of Wands is a card of raising something like a baby, right? It's like you don't pop out a baby and just like bop it on the head and say grow, right? It's like it takes time for a baby to grow. King of Wands nurtures something into existence. So I feel for a lot of you, the King of Wands is saying, like, whatever you're growing, whatever you're working on, Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work. You will be creating something of quality, but it's going to take a little bit of time. You have the Two of Cups, perfect match here for a lot of you. For some of you, could be a fire sign, could be a water sign as far as love is concerned. I do feel for some of you, you could be making a choice between a fire sign or a water sign here, is what I would say. Could be a Leo. Even though you have Aries here, I'm leaning towards Leo because of there's something about opposites going on here. It's popping into my head, but it's not a very clear message. So, that's what I'll say there. For others, it could be like a water sign that you are moving towards. Two of Cups is a perfect match, but Two of Cups is like your soul's calling. It's like a little bit deeper than just a soulmate, I always say Two of Cups can be a stepping stone soulmate, but I only consider it a stepping stone soulmate when it shows up kind of like in a past position. I feel for a lot of you, your soul is being called to a person. And Four of Wands, are you kidding me? Marriage? So for those of you looking for love, it's like clearly this is the person you could be marrying here. Could be a water sign, doesn't have to be. Again, it's probably just a person who's very mentally, well-to-do, very stable fixture. It's like the King of Cups on the positive side of things is an immovable force. He is able to weather storms that most people can't. And that's something that'll stand out about this person. Again, it doesn't matter what gender this person is. It's like no matter what is thrown at this person in life, doesn't bother them, right? They just live life. They just make it happen. So, that's like the type of energy I'm picking up off of that there. It's like, it doesn't matter. And so definitely a good person to be with, right? For others, I feel that it's like you're being called to something greater, clearly, which is like what this whole reading has been talking about. These people are celebrating on the other side of the Four Wands, so there's clearly a celebration coming in for you. I love this reading for you, Aquarius. Definitely very deep. I would get moving. Again, I think really quite simply, write the list of the things you want to do and then get started, no matter how small it is. And I would say stay focused as well. But this is really good. So thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Aquarius, and definitely enjoy your week.